evening, everybody. This is your captain speaking. Welcome on board First Time Flyers. I'm your pilot Viv, and I'm here with my co-pilot Joe. Today we'll be departing for the thick of it. Fasten your seatbelts, secure your baggage, and prepare for takeoff.
I was just thinking whilst we were recording that, why don't we just have the template where we just have that, and then you just take out whenever we say the name of the show and put that in there, but it doesn't sound like it's part of that sentence at all. Like you splice out the audio.
So like
just
every week it's like, and today we'll be departing for the thick of it.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
like you're
clearly
saying,
edited in.
Yeah.
We could do. That'd be funny.
I mean, I think there's enough audio of us in general where you could just sort of like, those
Create a
those
couple
ransom
versions.
notes?
Oh yeah, like
where they come up and they're all sliced up from different like magazines like that, but with like the audio equivalent.
please free me.
I got an idea for like the episode I'm editing with that.
Cool.
So
I cut that then, so it leaves the
no,
spice.
you can
I
keep
had a
that
funny
in.
I had a funny bit as you were doing the intro. I was like, I wasn't gonna do this. I don't know why I
Wow,
thought
wow.
of it. So I've never thought of it before. Of when you do like the whole like, I'm Viv and I'm here with my co-pilot Joe. I was just thinking like it'd be really funny if I just went like, that's me, like halfway through. Or I didn't do it because
like you're a hype man.
Yeah, it's like I'm him.
Wait, look, can we do a run through of that quick? I think that'd be funny.
Okay.
But like, face away from the microphone, like you're far away.
Okay.
Ready?
I'll turn the mic a bit as well.
Yeah, so over there. Okay.
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. This is your captain speaking. Welcome on board First Time Flyers. I'm your pilot Viv, and I'm here with my co-pilot Joe.
That's me.
Wow! Yeah! This is the kind of enthusiasm we need at the beginning.
I needed a bit of an energy boost. So.
We're getting political today.
As if last week wasn't enough.
Yeah, that's true.
Last
But
week
now
wasn't-
again, like directly political. We're not skirting around it.
Last week wasn't political. Well, it shouldn't be political, if you know what I mean.
I mean, if you think about it, everything's political.
Isn't it, though?
Yeah.
No, I agree. I'm not one of those people who's like, books aren't political, movies aren't everything is political.
Yeah, exactly. Especially a show about politics.
Yeah. Oh, the thick of it's not political. It's just a comedy show.
They bring it back to the thick of it. Oh, I hope they don't make it woke.
Oh, fuck. I should have sent you this. I was going to, but then I was like, I don't want to spread bad vibes.
Yeah. You
I
don't
went
want
on
to spread bad
I went on
vibes.
our Instagram, and obviously one of the most recent things we posted is In Between Us.
Yeah.
So it fed us that for our algorithm. And I saw like,
Oh, is it because they announced a movie?
yeah, and it was like the In Between Us movie announcement. And I'm very sorry for my description of this. It was clearly like an AI generated image of 4 teenagers. One of them's like just a big fat white guy, kind of looks like me but with a beard. Another one was a tall skinny black boy. Another one was an Asian girl who was deaf because she had hearing aids in, and I think blind because she had sunglasses on.
Yeah.
And the other person was like white, skinny, gender androgynous with blue hair.
Oh,
And
is
it
this
was just
supposed to be like the new In-Betweeners?
yeah, and so like all the comments were like, "Oh yeah, if Disney made it, or woke between us," and it was just like, "Oh my fucking
Thank you for sparing
God.
with me. Thank you for sparing me that and then
Yeah.
explaining it to me.
Yeah.
So now I have a visual image of it in my head.
It's probably better in your
You're
head.
spreading like AI information directly to my like to my frontal lobe through
you-
your words.
When you say it like that, it is kind of wild. Yeah, just be like, "Oh, I saw this AI image."
And it annoyed me now.
It annoyed me.
Now you will
And now
suffer.
everyone knows.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have
I saw someone
reposted it on our Instagram.
I saw someone describe like, oh, if they take the movie and they just like, and they make it about 30-year-olds who are just like really 30 or 40-year-olds who are like
Yeah.
very depressed, like, then you could have something interesting. But they probably won't do that.
Honestly, yeah, it'd be interesting. Like, just to talk about it for a second, I do think it'd be interesting to delve into like that. Because one of the things we spoke about, because I actually edited some TikToks today about like the In-Betweeners from our conversation and about how it showed British culture at the time. It'd be very interesting to show like modern British culture through that lens
Yeah.
of just, we're gonna get political and we're gonna talk about British politics because it's the thick of it. But it's not a good place right now, just
No.
in terms of vibes. Everyone's pretty miserable.
Do you think,
Which
it was,
isn't
do you think it was a good time then? It's much worse
No,
now.
no,
Is
it's-
it much worse? Yes.
it wasn't a good time then. Like, I definitely think we're seeing it through kids' lens.
They definitely had like the excuse of just like, oh, it's teenagers, so you can sort of
Yeah.
like, obviously you're still sort of critiquing like, well, not suburban life, but like that sort of
Yeah.
like equivalent in like British culture of just like living in a certain like kind of affluent, kind of not, a middle class area, more or less. And you're taking the piss of that. Now that they're going to be grown ups, they're going to have like lives, and they're going to be like somewhat part of society. So it'll be interesting. Well, I mean, the movies aren't great either.
No, and the thing is, I'm mixed on this type of media. There's a lot of talk at the minute about the new Malcolm in the Middle show. I say show, it's like apparently it's only like 4 episodes. I love Malcolm in the Middle. I've not watched the new one. I have no interest in it because I find those kind of like, hey, we're continuing the thing like, now 20 years on, kind of depressing, not only because of like, oh, you've seen them age, but like just the modern world of like, I hate to be one of those people who's like, everything's a franchise now, there's nothing original, because no, there's loads of amazing original art.
Yeah.
However, like, I don't know, I know that
I genuinely think like the only ones that I think I've actually kind of like there was kind of like a legacy sequel was like the second Train Spotting.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's like probably the only one, and I haven't revisited it in years, so maybe who knows? Because I when I think understood the memo, and it kind of mythologizes, but at the same time, it does have something to say about it.
I think if it's like, if it's got something to say, like we said, the In-Betweeners could, and maybe Malcolm in the Middle does, just as an example, fair enough. But I know, I feel like we're at this age now with our generation, because we're Gen Z, we're older Gen Z. We're both,
on that cusp.
Yeah, we're right on that cusp. We're both 27. Sometimes some people our age are more like millennials. Some people our age are more like Gen Z. It's just personal, like, description, really. But either way, it's like I feel like we're getting to this age now where companies are like marketing specifically to us of, oh, you remember that thing? Like we just had the Hannah Montana reunion.
Yeah, you're right, actually.
And I'm just like, I personally...
We grew up like all our lives with just like millennial like throwbacks and stuff. And now we're reaching that age where they're starting to market to us where we have some income, surprisingly.
Yeah.
So they're just like, oh, fuck, remember these franchises from 20 years ago now?
Yeah, like I don't want to be cynical about it, but it is like... Whenever
it sucks ass.
It makes me feel cynical when I see something from my childhood and it's like, do you remember this? And it's like, yeah, I do. And now I feel like shit. Even though we're young, we're still like, we're young adults. We're 27. But like, I don't know. It just feels really weird to see these things. And it is weird because like you said, when you look back on that time, you're kind of like, was that a better time or was I just a child?
Yeah.
And it's interesting looking, pulling back to the thick of it. Like, this was 2005.
Crazy.
And it's just like, God, we were kids at the time. Who knows, like, whether politics was better or worse, except through reading up on the thick of it and how it affected discussions on politics.
Yeah, you can't separate. You can't separate. As quoted in this episode, like, we didn't start the fire. Everything's been going.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, the seeds of, like, everything that is now... We live in the context.
Yeah, exactly.
To quote someone, I don't know.
I feel that before, I can't remember who it is. I don't know if you're taking the piss.
I'm taking the piss.
To quote who?
It's fucking...
We live in the... Oh, it's fucking Kamala.
Yeah, it's Camilla.
Yeah,
Kamala
Harris. Yeah. Yeah, what does he say? Like, just fall out of a coconut tree.
Is it because I didn't preface it with that?
Yeah. I never hear just the... You were defined by the context or something. Yeah.
You are. Exactly. But yeah, it was interesting going back. Do you have any history with the show?
No, I do. Well, I do, but I had never really watched it.
Other than Peter Capaldi?
Well, that's the thing. It's like...
Did you just watch swearing Peter Capaldi compilations on YouTube?
I discovered this show while on holiday in Spain at my grandparents' as a kid. I remember specifically where we were. We were in the local Irish bar. The same place we've been. We went to see an ABBA tribute band there.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I know that.
I was there. I was on the internet... like using the internet computers, because back then that's like, the
internet computers.
We didn't have, it's not we didn't even have smartphones. It's like I didn't have a smartphone that worked abroad, so you had to put a euro into the computer to use that, because they were announcing the new Doctor Who, and it was Peter Capaldi. And then within like a couple hours, that video, I know you've seen it.
The Malcolm Tucker compilation.
Yeah, Malcolm Tucker is Doctor Who.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is this? Because all the swearing and stuff. I thought it was very funny as a teenager. And I found out about the thick of it through that. But I never really watched it. I know a lot about it, and I've seen like lots of clips from it, but it's never been a show I've sat down and watched.
It's a very
all the way
clippable
through.
show.
Yeah, very much.
You could say, like, even within this episode alone, there's just like so many little snippets that you could take out of context. It's almost in a way like Family Guy, except way better constructed.
Yeah.
Not to go into it just yet, but like it lives on. It's like it's specific lines it throws out there. It's
especially because like as far as I can tell, like especially in this episode, it's not even really plot heavy.
No,
it's
not
more
really.
like each scene kind of works in its own isolation. Like they flow into the next scene.
Yeah.
But it's not like one of those shows where you see a clip and you're like, I don't understand the context of this. Like within a scene's beginning and end, it kind of just makes sense.
I can tell. I've been, I didn't have that much history. I had like a similar one with you where I was just like, oh, Peter Capaldi's the funny man who swears a lot. And, but we were talking about this. The same friend introduced me to, the same friend who introduced the IT crowd to me. Also introduced me a couple of this. I didn't sit down and watch it as thoroughly as the rest because, to be honest, I was like quite young at the times, and I just a lot of it was going over my head. The first time around. But I recently went back to it for I don't remember what reason. It was we'll get into it later, but it was because I was getting into the Dogma films, which are like a big influence, and we'll talk about it later on. So I just like threw on an episode, and I was just like, "Oh shit, this is like actually great." I haven't finished it yet. I'm nearly finished season 2. I'm on to the specials now. Yeah,
I remember like a month or two ago, maybe at the start of this year, you were talking to me about the show.
Yeah,
and just saying about how you'd started watching it and talking about like the things you liked about it and stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna be repeating a lot of that with this.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's like made me interested in checking it out, which is convenient because anytime I'm now interested in a show, I'm like, if only I had a podcast where I talked about the start of shows.
Yeah. So we just anytime we're looking for a theme, we're just like, oh, how do we wrap it around this one show we kind of want to cover, and then just fill it with the rest.
Yeah.
For me, it was this one. Yeah. and the one coming up, I'm really looking forward to.
I've done my research for the next episode, and I'm very interested in talking about it. But before that, I'm very interested in talking about this show. So, The Thick of It was created by Armando Iannucci. Iannucci.
Scottish man.
Scottish. Armando Iannucci. I can't do accents very well.
Please don't.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Backpedaling, for fuck's sake.
Taking the piss.
Taking the piss? No, you're not.
I am.
Channeling that Thick of It energy. I'm just insulting you.
Yeah, fuck off. I feel like we should swear more in this episode, even though we swear pretty often.
Yeah.
But
not on such a pointed, direct.
We don't swear at each other. We never. That's the like. Not. I know we've said one line of the production, but I do think I think that's what's interesting about like swearing as a whole.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm like say to my parents or grandparents about like how like I tell them off when they swear because whenever they swear it's at someone. Yeah. Like I'll tell my grandfather to like tell him if he gets angry and swears at me, I'll tell him off. I'll say you do not use that language at me. Yeah. But whereas I feel like for us, we just kind of swear to emphasize points.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like an adverb.
It is. No, it absolutely. That's a good way of like expressing it.
Yeah.
Like we don't use it to like insult people. Sometimes.
I mean, yeah, sometimes we do.
I've seen you drive.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, you call everyone a cunt.
That's true.
Oh, it's so true.
So true. No, I get what you mean.
I hate women.
Yeah. But it's like, yeah, I know you get what I mean though, isn't it? It's slightly different.
No, it absolutely is. We use it as punctuation.
Yes, yeah, punctuation. That's a really good way of saying it.
But in the show, yeah, it's just like they have Shakespearean levels of insults. Yeah. It's incredible.
It's amazing. We'll talk about like how that was written in a moment. So yeah, Armando Iannucci,
legendary. At this point, I would say he's got a killer backlog.
He has. I was surprised, to be honest, because I hadn't heard his name, but like I've seen some of his films as well, like Death of Stalin, Personal History of David Copperfield. I saw both of those while I was in uni, I believe, in the Arts Centre. He's got a very extensive career in the BBC. So in the early 90s, he made several shows at BBC Scotland before moving to London for the radio. And that's where he hosted a radio show which brought on comedians. And he also then became a producer for the Radio 4 show On the Hour, which then became the day show on TV. So he, like you said, he's very legendary in the sense of he connected a lot of acclaimed comedians, including Chris Morris,
Yes.
who we love, Richard Herring, Stuart Lee, Peter Bainham, and Steve Coogan, just to name a few.
Just everyone who's ever been on Mock the Week.
Essentially, yeah. Just like any good, like, classic British comedian.
Yeah.
And he then went on to actually make 2 pilots for Channel 4, which became the Armando Iannucci shows. These didn't really get picked up, and in his opinion, that's because they were overlooked due to 9/11.
Wow.
Yeah.
That'll kind of do it.
Yeah.
I wonder what they were about.
I don't know.
I'm guessing they're very political in nature.
I imagine so. I imagine they probably...
They were about 9/11.
Yeah, there might be more information on them online, but he was like, everyone was more concerned with what was going on there.
Yeah.
It's like, fair enough. But then after that, he made the thick of it. And he's continued working in TV ever since, and he's continued being very political ever since.
Yeah.
He's very anti-Brexit.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Some say he's lost his mind to Brexit.
Yeah.
He was very, which I agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brexit's been an absolute fucking mess.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. One thing I really liked on the Wikipedia page for him is it just lists his favourite films.
Oh yeah, no, it's because he voted for the BFI.
Oh, did he? It didn't say that. It was just
Yeah, it
like,
did.
oh, did it?
Yes.
Oh, I missed that bit. I'm gonna cut that to make myself sound smarter.
I'm gonna put it back in.
That's fine.
I'm gonna keep
I didn't
that
see the
audio
BFI bit. My bad. Okay. Yeah, but including 2001, The Godfather, Alien, Life of Brian, and I thought you'd like this one, Annie Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen Annie Hall.
You haven't?
No, I don't watch films by.
Don't you?
No.
Okay.
Name a film I've watched by a sex offender.
By a sex offender?
Yeah.
I guarantee you I can.
I'm sure I have.
But I can't off the top of my head.
So I'm absolved.
When I Clockwork Orange you into watching Annie Hall, then
I'll watch Annie Hall. Honestly.
No, I don't recommend anyone watching Annie Hall.
No,
because there's a lot of Woody Allen on screen.
Okay, fair enough. I'm only asking because it's going to be relevant for our next episode as well.
Really?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I already know why.
You've made the connection, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. But yeah, so
Oh yeah, I just want to say, when I saw that list, I was just like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, that completely makes up his makeup in terms of like his general outlook and artwork.
Yeah.
Like, everything could be stemmed from these specific films, I feel.
yeah, makes a lot of sense. It's pretty classic.
They had like Battles of Algiers, which is a very famous like communist film.
Oh, is it? I hadn't heard of that one, which is why I didn't write it down, but that makes sense as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he conceived of...
It's the one they're watching in, the one Leo's watching in fucking One Battle After Another.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Ah, that makes sense.
Unless I'm wrong.
Well, that
in
would
which
make
case,
yeah.
Garen will say.
It'll make sense if it was. Because, like, One Battle After Another is kind of, some may say...
One Battle of Algiers After Another.
Some may say that film is a bit political.
Is it, though?
Is it?
I mean, Johnny Greenwood did the score. Yeah, there's too much context. Cut that out. He's very, very pro-Israel.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay. Fair. So Armando conceived of a modern political satire after supporting another show, Yes Minister.
Yes, Minster.
Yes Minster.
Yes, Minstrel.
Oof. Oh.
That got cancelled. Not in Britain, it wouldn't.
No.
16 seasons.
Still on today. So Yes Minister is an older political satire show from the 80s because he felt the show's themes were still relevant. And I just think that's really interesting, especially as we further discuss the politics of how he, in the 2000s, watched a show from the 80s and was like, this is still relevant.
Yeah.
And now, 20 years on from the thick of it, a lot of it will probably say the same.
That's true.
But we'll talk about that more. So he spoke with actual policymakers and political journalists just as preparation for working on the thick of it, and was shocked how much power was given to graduate advisors.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he said they seem clever, but they're just confident. So the BBC4 commissioned the show with a £100,000 budget, which is quite low for a show. But
that is fucking nothing.
Yeah.
That is pennies.
I'm always so £100,000. That's loads of money. But I know it's
if the BBC gave us £100,000, we could make 500 films.
Yeah.
For that, you gotta pay gaffers, sound mixers, crews.
Yeah,
you gotta pay them living wages and shit, and you gotta pay them for quite a long time. You gotta pay locations.
Yeah.
Us, that's like
I know, it's always so hard to like. It's like whenever someone's like, "This movie cost $3 billion," I'm just like, "That's loads of money," but then it's like, it's not really.
and that's got to be for like a full season
Exactly,
of TV as
yeah.
well. But I guess when you like put it all together, it's basically like a feature length film.
Yeah, because exactly. But either way, Armando said the lower budget actually benefited the show because
I
it made it
100%
more
agree.
ambitious and creative.
Whenever I see something like this has like such a low budget, I'm just like, that's awesome. I want to see how they cut corners.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting when you like you already like a thing and you look back and you're like they had no money.
Yeah.
And when you rewatch it, you're just like, oh yeah, you can kind of see it's just like this isn't the most expensive looking show
Yeah.
or anything, and it's just interesting to see how they just like go around it.
It works especially when you can tell. Well, when you think about it, you could notice it, but when you're not thinking about it, it doesn't really cross your mind.
Especially with a show like this, where the crux is on like the writing and the acting.
Exactly.
It works very, very well.
Like
You just need some like a tall building with some guys in suits, and then
exactly. Like I remember, for example, you telling me about a couple months ago about how the show will like talk about a boardroom meeting and talk after a boardroom meeting, but not actually show it. And this episode does that.
Yeah, I was referring to this.
Yeah, where they build up the whole presentation. And then you don't see any of it, but it doesn't feel unnatural. It feels really natural.
No,
actually.
it helps punctuate a joke rather.
Yeah.
Of just plus you feel it like you fill in the rest with your head.
Yeah, exactly. I think it really works. In terms of the writing, saying about all the writing, it was written by a team led by Armando, but it was also about, according to Capaldi, about 20% improv to the point where even the cast have writing credits on the show.
I saw an interview with what's it? The guy who plays Oliver.
Oh yeah, I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
But it was with him and I think one of the writers. And this they did an interview about how they actually go about the writing process of this, and it's like a filtration system more or less. This may more apply to like the later episodes.
Yeah.
But the way they described it is that they would have like a fully written script, and it's like quite beefy.
Yes.
So what they would basically do is like they would go through it, they'd read it, then they'd basically rehearse it, then they would go through it, and then it's basically alter it to make it seem a lot more natural, a lot more improvised, and then add that to the actual script and maybe do it once more. So it's like a bit of a filtration system, which is like that's really interesting. You don't really hear like a lot about that, but it makes sense when you see it on screen.
Yes, they work it like back in.
Mm-hmm. So, but it's cool that they give them credit as well for it.
Yeah, it makes it feel like they're all a big part of a team. Just to shout out, so it's Chris Addison who plays Oliver.
Yeah.
I was also just looking at Chris Langham who plays Hugh Abbott.
Yeah.
I recognise him from something else. He was probably in an episode of Doctor Who.
You know he's a nonce.
I didn't know he's a nonce.
You don't know he's a nonce?
Oh, he was made to sign the sex offenders register.
Yeah,
and banned from working for children in 10 years. Oh, he's a proper nonce.
No, he's like a proper nonce. He had to leave.
No,
he had
level
to leave
5 child abuse. That's the worst one.
Is he?
Yeah. That's fucking sadism or bestiality.
Yeah, he's like a real nonce.
Oh my god.
I was going to bring this up when we get around to it. I thought it was going to be in like, you know.
I didn't know.
He had to leave like after season 2.
Did he?
Yeah, they were like going to put him on pause because like the trial was happening, and then he got quit and they just wrote him out.
Maybe that's why I know it. Maybe I've just seen him on like Crime Watch or something.
Yeah, he got found with child porn.
Yeah. Oh, that's horrible.
That's a shame.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't see him. I can't actually see anything else I know him in, so maybe that's just seen his face about.
Seen him in prison.
Oh gosh. Yeah, but
so if you've got any compliments for his acting, you could just cross those out.
Just get rid of my notes. And,
Yeah.
Yeah. So this show was produced by Adam Tandy, who produced all of Armando's TV projects, and season 1 was filmed in a former Guinness brewery in Park Royal in West London, and it was shot on handheld cameras for the verite style with no music or laugh track, which was inspired by Dogma 95.
Let's do it again.
Dogma 95, a Danish avant-garde movement. I don't know much about Dogma 95, but I knew you would.
Yeah. Do you know who Lars von Trier is?
Yes, I've heard of him.
He's probably the biggest, most well-known director who's done it. Yeah, there's like a bunch of different directors there. It's just that they gotta adhere to like a certain set of rules.
Yeah.
And they're incredibly strict. So like they had to be like shot on handheld camera, just have realistic lighting. there's like very specific things. You're following a dogma more or less.
Yeah.
It's what's funny about the dogma one is that basically no films actually adhered to all the rules just because they were so impractical
That's really
at a
funny.
certain point. But it did produce like some incredible films, like the one that that they cite as like the biggest influence was Festin, which is The Celebration. That one's great. That's a really good one if you ever want to get into it. And it's
Okay.
shot on mini DV.
Oh, sick. That's cool.
I think all of the mainline ones are shot on mini DV. But like
Yeah.
the most well known is Lars von Trier. He did like Dogville and shit.
Yeah, I'd be interested in checking it out because I know it's like it's kind of giving like mumblecore vibes.
Yeah.
And that's a genre I always like to explore.
Yeah, because like one of the big rules as well is that you can't rely on like genre cliches a lot of the time. It relies a lot on the writing and the acting and like the tools you have available to you. And I think it's the dogma films are like fascinating to watch if you have like no money and you want to make a film, because you're just like, oh, okay, so like how do you use like writing as a tool? How do you create scenarios to sort of build around them?
Yeah.
A lot of the films are quite inaccessible. Like they deal with like quite heavy subject matter because of that. Like they deal with like a lot of them deal with like child abuse and stuff like that. But they are like a ton of them are great.
Yeah, I was just looking at the rules because it sounds honestly just through accessibility, kind of like what we do anyway when we film stuff.
Yeah.
Like shooting on location, real sound, handheld camera, filmed in color, natural lighting. No superficial actions is funny. So like
but like none of the directors who were like part of the movement followed all of them.
What's really interesting, especially like because overall I think those are pretty normal. Of like, but then it goes like the first 6 rules are pretty normal.
Yeah,
and it's like rule number 7: temporal and geographical alienation are forbidden. So the film must take place
there and then.
Film format must be Academy 55mm, and the director must not be credited.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
They because it's like a committee of them. So when they agree, it's just like close enough. They have the certificate, and then they show that at the beginning, and that's the credits.
Really, that's very interesting. I'll definitely look more into that.
Yeah, it's
into
really
the
cool.
Future.
And so you can definitely see the influence when seeing this, like the handheld cameras.
Yeah,
I'm sad it isn't shot on like mini DV shitty cameras, because I was like looking at behind the scenes stills of there, because it's like there's not much footage from behind the scenes of this. And the cameras they use are just like the standard BBC massive over the shoulder ones they're using like Doctor Who.
Yeah. That's a shame, but I guess they had to use what they could, I guess.
Yeah. I know that they purposely tried to like make them look more handheld by just shaking them all the time.
Yeah.
But I also love how it's edited.
Yeah, I love the editing. And like you could tell saying about like the free flow movement of it, of like the actors kind of were allowed to move between like just move around the sets openly. And they like the camera ops just kind of followed them, and they had wireless mics, so they had a bit more freedom.
Yeah.
So I think they play it off like really well.
Yeah, they're definitely going for like that documentary style, which is like I know one of the influences. I don't know the name. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but there's like a specific documentary that they were pulling from.
Yes,
that was that was like filmed during Tony Blair's cabinet. Like, do you remember?
Yeah.
When I say it like that, it sounds like it's in his house.
No,
but it's not.
I've forgotten it. I've forgotten it. I don't think I've written it down, but I did see. Like I did see about that.
Yeah, but like because like the documentary also features Alistair Campbell.
Yes.
Who is apparently the main influence for Malcolm Tucker.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Do you know who he is?
It sounds familiar.
He was I can't remember the fucking name of it, but he was like a big part of Tony Blair's
cabinet.
Yeah.
At
the time he played like that sort of role. He was the spin doctor.
Yeah,
which we'll talk about in a second, like what that is.
Yeah.
But he was like kind of known for being ruthless, and I was like watching clips, just like on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because you know Mark Kermode?
That one sounds less familiar.
He's a film reviewer. He works with the BBC a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But he was showing literal clips from The Thick of It and the film In the Loop, which is basically a continuation. And it's just like it was fascinating to just sort of see, like, you could see like the influence of him. Yeah. Like he wasn't like obviously like swearing him up and down and calling him a million insults, but
quite ruthless.
He's got the same skills that Malcolm does. Just like manipulating any situation in order to make the other person feel stupid.
Yeah.
It was kind of extraordinary.
That just sounds really
kind of
interesting.
evil.
That sounds really interesting, actually, because I feel like it's hard to word, but like I feel like politicians try and present themselves in such certain ways now.
Yeah.
Just the idea of this one guy who could actually like kind of take charge of them themselves sounds very interesting.
The other major influence for Malcolm was Harvey Weinstein.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. This is before all the allegations.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope it wouldn't be
Well,
after.
it was like known in Hollywood at the
Yeah,
time.
they knew, but
It was like an open secret, but yeah. Of that sort of ruthless, like, dictator sort of personality.
That's interesting. I did know that about Harvey Weinstein as well. I don't actually know much about him outside the allegations.
Don't you?
No.
Yeah, he was a massive bully.
Oh, well, that sucks.
And a rapist.
There's other reasons it sucks as well.
Yeah.
I have notes on the awards and its legacy and such, but I feel like we could save that for like the end, or I could go into it now.
Yeah,
should I just go into them now, or should I go save it for the end?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. So the show went on to win multiple BAFTAs, including Best Comedy Performances out of the cast, mainly in this episode, of course, Peter Capaldi.
Yeah.
And Best Situational Comedy. It's often ranked, according to Wikipedia, one of the best shows of all time. No source for this. But I love that.
Hey, someone on Wikipedia was taking bats for this, so you gotta give it to them.
I actually tried to see if I could find a list where it was on. So I looked at the IMDb top British TV show list. It wasn't in the top 40, but I don't trust that list really.
What was number one?
Sherlock. And Doctor Who wasn't even on the list.
What?
And it's like not even the top 40 Doctor Who.
To be
that should
fair,
get like an honorable
I feel as though everyone that
mention.
used IMDb moved
that's
to Letterboxd.
like IMDb is not like a fair judgment system.
Yeah.
But you know. So we've alluded to it throughout, but think of it as been used in commentary about British politics ever since it was created. In 2016, there was multiple articles about it. One of them, I got some examples. The Enemy article, 8 times Brexit made British politics look like the thick of it.
Mm.
There was also a big issue feature, which was they worked with Yanucci and did a 4-page Brexit debate between Malcolm Tucker and Alan Partridge, who's another character that Yanucci created. And the Herald Scotland even said that it was becoming a cliche to compare British politics with the thick of it. So
It kind of was.
yeah, it went through the whole cycle within a decade of being used to describe politics, and then people saying you need to stop using it to describe politics.
Well, there's like Yanucci. I was like watching an interview with him, and he was saying like in this episode alone, the very first episode, like when they're in the taxi and they're just like spitballing like shit policies to sort of like get people off their back. He said like three of them
so
like became law.
I researched those, because someone on the Reddit actually, I'll shout them out later when we go onto Reddit, but one of them, someone commented mentioning that, and I didn't know about that, so I researched it, and we could talk about that.
Are pet Aspos real?
Yeah.
What?
They are.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So
I know. That was the hardest one to get information on.
Obviously, like bedroom tax, I know about that.
Yeah, but we'll talk about that in detail later. In terms of the legacy as a TV show, 2009 there was a spin-off movie. There was a proposed American remake produced by Arrested Development's creator Mitch Hurwitz, with a pilot directed by Christopher Guest, who is a funny story. So, as you know, me, Garrett, and our friend Val saw this is Spinal Tap the other week.
Yeah.
And I saw Christopher Guest's name in the credits, and I remember thinking, and I came out of the cinema, of like, where have I seen that name before?
Oh,
and I looked on Letterboxd, and I don't know if it was on this, but like, I must have just seen his name like out and about while doing research for other stuff.
And you just absorbed it.
Yeah, I just kind of absorbed it. It was never picked up, and Armando Iannucci said, "Thank God it was terrible. They took the idea and chucked out all the style."
Oh wow. So, I mean, in a way, it basically got morphed into Veep.
Yeah.
Which is like...
Well, that's exactly what I was about to say. Yeah, so the HBO show Veep, which was created by Armando in the 2010s, is very similar in tone and style.
Yeah.
So I think it was basically just like a hey, we're going to do an American remake. Oh, no, you didn't do it like the same style, so I'll just do it myself.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of it yet, but I know it's like very well regarded. I'd love to get around to it at some point.
Yeah, genuinely, it's kind of one of those things where I imagine after finishing the thick of it, it's like the natural progression. Mm-hmm. It's not related, but it's kind of a spiritual successor.
Yeah, it's got. I mean, it's the same guy. It's the politics shows, but
exactly, it's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, that's all my production notes.
And it's got the woman from Seinfeld.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, well then, now you do.
Now I do. That's great. I love Seinfeld.
You're always going on about how much you love.
I'm a big Seinfeld fan. Jerry.
Jerry Seinfeld would do so well in the thick of it.
It's funny, I haven't seen any of Seinfeld, but I can picture him in the thick of it.
Hey!
I'd love to get him in a room with Malcolm Tucker. I couldn't stand in a room for like more than a minute with Malcolm Tucker. I'd start crying.
You don't have it cut out to be a civil servant.
I couldn't be in politics.
No, you couldn't.
No,
you're too woke.
I am too woke.
As in, you'd be a piss baby.
Do you know what? Genuinely, because we're getting into like the episode now. One thing about like the politics, and it comes up in this episode, is just how much they lie through their teeth.
Yeah,
and that's my woke opinion, because I work with kids especially. I have this really childish but honest in my heart belief that lying is bad, and it's like I
used to believe that. I disagree now.
I understand, and the thing is, it's like I think
lying
lies.
can be a good thing.
I don't mean like little white lies. I mean like, you know, what politicians do, where they'll be like, here is a fact, here is something you said, and then they just switch the narrative.
Let's just put like a hypothetical out there.
Okay.
It's Germany, 1942. No, you're in Amsterdam.
Okay.
So you're just like, you're British. They're not coming after you.
Okay.
Anne Frank's in your attic. Oh wait. Come in.
Yeah.
Do you have any jewels in your house? What do you say?
Well, I know morally it's the right thing to keep it hidden, but unfortunately, I'm against lying. I'm against lying.
Get them!
Obviously, I would lie that story.
I jest.
You know what I mean. I know. It is funny though when you push
there can be moral
lies. There can be moral lies. I'm against lying when I think it's immoral. I'm also against lying when they're bad at it.
Imagine someone who's just like, this is an immoral lie.
Yeah.
What counts as an immoral lie?
I don't know. Oh, no, that's too serious.
Oh, okay.
I was going to be like,
I'm happy.
No, I wasn't going to do that. I was going to be like, framing someone for not like weaponizing. I might cut this. This is a very serious example.
Yeah.
Weaponizing someone's race against them. Something like that.
Yeah.
Being like, he probably did it because he's a person of color. That sort of thing. Even though you know you didn't, that sort of lie.
You would do that.
I absolutely would not do that.
I'm glad. That's just a test.
Thank you. I'm too woke to do that.
You're too woke to do that.
I'd be like, he couldn't have committed the crime. It has to be a white person.
You're like the opposite of the police who was going after the Zodiac killer. Have you seen Zodiac?
Yeah.
Because they were like...
Yeah.
They were just like, oh, he has to be a black guy.
Yeah.
And they were just like, oh, we saw this tall white guy. And it's just like, it ain't him.
It ain't him. Yeah. It's been a while, but I have seen Zodiac. I remember being disappointed that they don't find out who the Zodiac killer is.
Did you want like a revisionist sort of
I just
movie?
didn't know it was a true story at the time.
Well, the Zodiac killer?
Yeah. It was a teenager.
Mm.
You know.
Do you think they caught him?
Right,
you know how there was like, every couple of years I always see like, the Zodiac killer's been revealed. And it's like... Yeah. It's not like Mike Pence or something.
That'd be really funny if it was just someone we know.
Yeah.
No.
Personally.
It's like your dad or something.
Honestly, if you didn't tell me, I'd feel a little...
Yeah, you'd be insulted?
A little bit, yeah.
I'd be a bit mad if you were like...
If I was the Zodiac killer.
And you didn't tell me.
It's called a moral lie, Joe. Doing it to protect you.
Yeah, that's true. It's like when...
I'd be like a good serial killer. I'd be like Dexter.
Yeah. Like, I only kill the bad people.
I only kill the bad people. How do you decide who's the bad people? I guess if they're like rapists or murderers.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. That's easy.
But that makes you as bad as them.
Does it though?
That's it.
Kind of like Batman, except I kill. and not like Batman.
It depends on which version of Batman.
Honestly, it's kind of more amoral that he doesn't kill people, if you think about it.
Do you
He's
ever
kind of
think
doing
that,
it
like,
for his own ego,
Yeah.
rather than, like, actually...
Do you think Bruce Wayne realizes that if he just, like, put his money into funding...
We're back, baby.
We're back. If you want more of that conversation, go listen to our Batwoman episode.
It's a very funny episode.
It is
please.
genuinely quite a funny episode. Yeah. But no, right, I hate to... Right, here's an example.
Okay.
Actually, to bring it all back, here is a genuine example.
Okay.
The Welsh government recently proposed an idea of it being illegal to lie in Parliament. And people were like, that's stupid.
That is kind of stupid.
It kind of is, but also it is kind of wild how you can lie in Parliament and there's no repercussion.
What counts as a lie, though? They're going to be started throwing up... Okay, now you're going to get in philosophical debates when they're trying to, like, pass a law so you can't hit kids.
Yeah. It's complicated, but then also it's like sometimes I guess...
It's like, what counts as a lie, then?
Yeah.
Obviously, when they're... hold people accountable when they're...
Yeah.
When they're saying, like, an untrue fact. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
But a lie? That's a very broad thing to...
Yeah, it could definitely get weaponized in the wrong way. But I think that's more my idea of, like, kind of like, for example, this isn't British, but example, did you see that Trump posted AI picture of him as Jesus?
Of course I did.
Yeah, and he's like, no, I was meant to be a doctor. And it's like, we all know that's bullshit. How can, like, these, like, get away with, like, I know it's like, that's a non-issue. Like, it's like, does it really matter?
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where it's just like, how long do people, like, how many people have to, like, put up with... We know, like, we know that they're lying.
I was genuinely thinking after, like, going through all of this, what he kind of did was just what any sort of politician does, just surround themselves with, like, the right people who will ignore any negative in order to just get what they truly want out of it.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking, like, imagine, like, you genuinely work for Trump, and, like, do they just ignore all the pedophile shit? Or are they genuinely just like, eh?
They must do. Like, I think it's a mix. I'm not gonna just say, like, all of them are, like, fine with the pedophile shit.
Or
but I imagine it's like...
Or do you think someone's gone up to him and been like, is that true? Just nah.
I don't know if maybe someone closer specifically asked him. But also, I don't know, he seems so, like, out of it in his brain. I couldn't imagine actually, like, having a conversation with a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, that's what I mean when I'm like, I'm against lying. It's more just, I don't think there's anything more frustrating than, like, I used to watch the PMQs when I was, like, first getting into politics, because we came of age at a very significant time in British politics. We were, like, months out from being able to vote.
To be fair, Brexit also broke our brains. So
Yeah.
we're kind of on the same boat as Yanucci.
Yeah, I completely agree. But we were literally a couple months out from being able to vote in Brexit. So I've always been interested in politics, but it's always frustrated me. Like, have you ever watched the PMQs?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking torture, isn't it? Because it's just like a bunch of posh Eton schoolboys trying to out-jab each other. And it's just like, how is this allowed?
How is this allowed? How are they not being executed on the spot?
Yeah, as they should be.
They should yank the chain door that opens underneath their feet into a line.
Whoever loses the riff battle gets fucking dropped through the fucking, what's it called? Trapdoor down into the Chamber of London.
What I heard about when Brexit was going on, like when it was like first getting announced, like the votes were being counted and shit, I was like moving, and I was just like sleeping in this empty barren room. There was like no carpet because we were taking it as well with me. It looked like a crack den. So I was just like, I woke up at like 6 a.m. to like all the messages being like, oh shit. I don't know how this ties to anything, but that sort of image has been seared into my brain.
Yeah.
Like I've been, like I was living in a crack den when it was
You two kind of like tie into like, where was I then?
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I remember finding about like Trump becoming president. We were in like the sixth form common room.
Yeah.
And like our head of sixth form put it on the projector because she thought it was really important, like, to keep us informed. Was that after you left? Was it?
That was after I left.
And like, I remember where I was like lying in bed, anxious about the 2020 presidential elections, and also within the time of checking my phone to see the votes, finding out that Destiel was canon and Cass went to super hell. That was a fun night.
Crazy.
Yeah, but like, I get what you mean. Well, one of the things I wanted to talk about, seeing as we're like kind of talking about the show, and we can either talk about this now or like talk more about the show, and I talk about this later. But we did want to talk about how, looking back on this show, which was seen as like, politics hasn't aged from the 80s to the 2000s,
Yeah.
and how it is looking back at this show now, that we're older, we understand politics, and like you said, some of the stuff that this show makes fun of happens.
Yeah.
So like,
to bring it up now, so Spin Doctors is basically, it's just propaganda,
yeah,
more or less. It's the person who manipulates everything they can in order to make themselves and their political party look better, more or less. And that's what Alistair Campbell did.
yeah,
Just like turn anything and manipulate it into working for them, more or less. This is your problem now.
it's
suddenly.
like a we can never lose sort of thing.
It's a words game.
Yeah,
It's a manipulation of language.
yeah,
And it's the crux of what all of this comedy is sort of based on. It's like the whole premise of this episode of just a misunderstanding of language, of just being like, we should do this.
yeah.
And they're conflating it with like, yes.
Yeah, it's like saying, oh, that's good, we should do this, doesn't mean, yes, we're going to do this.
And then they start going down this road, and then they go on to announce it to sort of to big up themselves.
Yeah,
And then Malcolm's like, no, you completely misinterpreted this. You need to undo this.
yeah,
And so they have to make up shit
Yeah.
in order to save face, only for then the Prime Minister to be like, yes, actually, it did mean yes. And
Yeah.
then be like, you shouldn't have done that to begin with. But the thing is, though, he is correct.
yeah.
Malcolm is correct in that they shouldn't have gone ahead, but now they have to undo their undo.
Yeah, it's like classic of British politics as well, especially with like backtracking.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of a very recent example of Nigel Farage with the Reform Party. Obviously, we won't go to the specific parties yet. Maybe it'll come up casually. But like, Reform's obviously got a certain reputation for good reason. And Nigel Farage himself has like a very rocky history of British politics.
Yeah.
And like,
Well, he's probably like
insane?
one of like two people who's probably the most responsible for like the state of Britain.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
it is.
He's like,
Maybe one of
he's
three.
a wannabe
Margaret Thatcher is like
Yeah.
a constant shit in the lake.
Yeah. Margaret Thatcher is the UK's Ronald Reagan, and Nigel Farage wants to be the UK's Donald Trump.
Yeah.
He's not quite at that level, but he's like, he wishes he was.
Yeah.
But either way, I saw a clip recently.
He's the British equivalent and just as pathetic.
Yeah. It's just even more pathetic because Trump at least has some form of like, Trump had a fan base. Farage has a fan base, but like, whereas MAGA felt like a force, reformers feel like, you're just kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
like, oh, fuck off. Like, no one wants you. But either way, like, I saw a clip recently, and again, like, still a lot of stuff that they say is bullshit, as is many parties, but whatever, we'll talk about that later. And it was something
Joe,
like...
both sides.
Both sides. I'm a centrist. I'm not.
That was a joke.
Not a centrist. I have a political leaning. We'll talk about it later. But I saw a thing where it was like, Farage was like, "We will." Is it Clacton? Is he MP of Clacton? I always forget.
I can't remember.
Something like that. Yeah, it's England. I don't know. He was like, "We're going to cut down council tax," and council tax went up, and he was like, "We never said that. We never said we were going to do that." It's that same sort of shit of like,
No, it's like one of the incredible things is just like, you're going to say you said it,
Yeah.
even though they know you didn't say that. Because, like, if they don't agree that you didn't say that, then
Yeah.
we'll never tell them anything again.
Exactly. The press can't call them out. That's what Malcolm says, isn't it? It's like, so they go from wanting to announce the Snooper Force. The Snoopy fucking
The Snoopy
the
Force.
Snoopy Force. They want to announce the Snooper Force. Malcolm Tucker's like, you shouldn't do that, so they don't. And then they're like, oh, we should have done that, so you're going to tell the press you did announce it. And he's like, well, but we didn't. It's like, no, you need to understand. We're going to tell them you did. You need to get it in your head that you did announce it. It's like fully rewriting history.
Yeah, it's just like, I love the way he describes it. It's like, I don't know what plane of reality we're working with right now.
That's so funny.
But he did the exact same thing as like the which is like the perfect introduction of this entire show.
Yes.
Of just like having the minister come in, having be like, like bad press at the moment, and he's just like, oh god, I'm scared of being fired. It's just like, don't worry, we're not gonna fire you. We really like having you around. He's just like, oh thank god. But this is why you need to like resign.
Yeah.
Or just flipping it
It's
instantly.
so good. And especially when he's like, we don't want people thinking that we fired you because of pressure. And he's
Yeah.
like, well, that's what's happened.
Yeah, he just gets them all relaxed
Yeah.
before switching on him. It's such a brilliant way. And then you get that perfect title drop when he
Oh,
just slams
just-
the phone down.
yeah.
It's so good.
It's so good. Just that whole opening sequences. It just drops you right in it.
Yeah.
It really sets the
Big
vibe.
fuck off bowl of fruit.
Yeah.
And then she shows up later. Just like, fuck off.
Yeah. Especially with like, because you don't know who's who, but like the vibes of like, Malcolm Tucker's in there. What's he doing here? Like,
Yeah,
that sort of
exactly.
thing.
It takes a while to get your footing in like who everyone is.
Yeah.
It took me, because like when my first reading of the show, just like, I don't know what 90% of going on. And I just kind of get context clues. Rewatching it, and just like, oh, okay, this makes sense now.
Yeah. I'm glad I rewatched this one because I don't always rewatch the episodes we're talking about when I feel like I've got enough notes. But rewatching this was really beneficial. But yeah, just it's easy to like big up Capaldi and like the vibes he gives throughout the show.
Yeah.
But even just the aura of his character.
Yeah. Did you read about like the audition process they went through?
I think someone on Reddit mentioned.
Okay.
But I haven't. Yeah.
There was like a good Guardian article that was writing about the whole beginning history of it.
Yeah.
They talked about how like Yanucci he was having the show and they would like cast him for it, and I think Capaldi was like thinking of quitting at the time.
Really?
Yeah. And they didn't even have like a full script yet. They more just asked to improvise, and he was kind of nervous about it because he's not really an improviser.
Yeah.
But then they were starting getting the character concretes down, and he was just like, then they started like putting all the insults into it, and then he was just like throwing out that line about just like, you can't fucking come back. It's not Coronation Street. It's not fucking Coronation Street. And then it just like also clicked up like what this character is basically.
Yeah.
And do you know about like they had like someone to help with the swearing?
Especially, yeah, like a swearing coordinator.
Yeah, a swearing consultant.
Yeah, swearing consultant, that's it.
Yeah, because I think he found it from like a website or something.
Yeah.
It was just like his whole thing was like political like comedy.
Yeah.
Like specifically like stringing together sentences like that would be used in like the House of Commons, but just like throwing swearing in it in like
Yeah.
a creative way.
It's very effective because swearing can often be used as a crux.
Yeah,
It's really interesting.
like fucking like Has Been Hotel or something.
That's not what I was thinking of. I haven't seen Has Been Hotel.
That's just always
like-
the criticism I hear about it.
Fair. I was thinking of I saw this with The Boys, funnily enough, because that's final season is airing, and for the it's always had like been like one of the shows that's like edgy, like
Yeah.
it just is. I like it, but it is just a bit too edgy. But I saw like one of the characters, basically one of the two like female characters in the show, has like started swearing a lot more, and everyone's like, oh, it's like so off-putting and sounds unreal.
Yeah,
And it's just funny of like, yeah, sometimes if swearing is used effectively, or if it doesn't feel like naturally rolls off the tongue, it is really jarring.
Yeah.
And really does take you out. But it works really well in this.
Yeah.
Because like it's not always like loud as well. It's so simple. Like I love it when they bring in the like ask him if he wants coffee or tea. It's like coffee, fuck off. Tea, fuck off. Just like the slight inflections are so effective.
And there is like not to big up the British accent because it's just really obnoxious, but it is good for swearing. It's
It
like that
is.
and Australian has like the
Yeah.
best swearing.
I feel like especially with Capaldi's like Scottish twang as well.
Yeah.
Just
No,
really
yeah.
effective.
If we're ranking the UK, then yeah, Scotland's the
Scotland's
top.
number one. Well, honestly, I feel like Capaldi is my favourite Doctor Who, and I feel like 90% of it is his accent when he's like delivering lines and
Yeah.
stuff.
I don't remember much of the Capaldi's run. Did he have his like accent?
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, actually, in his Regeneration episode, it's a joke of like, "Why am I Scottish?" And he's like, "What?" Because
I do need to rewatch his like run. I don't feel as though I give it enough of a chance.
I didn't when I was young. We were young. We were like definitely like Matt Smith pilled and like, but also just about growing out of that style.
Yeah.
And it was a big change. And I definitely think the era has its problems. Like, when I say, like, Capaldi's my favourite Doctor, it's not because I think he has the best episodes, even though some of his episodes are great. It's more just, I feel like after like I like Matt Smith.
You keep sharing that one clip for whenever the war breaks out.
Oh yeah, the war speech that
Yeah.
constantly gets reused.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very good speech. It's a very good episode. But
You have that on load.
yeah,
on your
everyone
phone.
does. Yeah.
World War III is going to break out, and you're
It's
going to
just like,
post it.
time to post the Capaldi war speech. Yeah, but it's just I feel like he, especially because he was a fan, so the narrative outside of the show works as well.
Yeah.
But just he really encapsulates like I think what Doctor Who needed at the time. It's one of those things where I was like, I didn't love it as a teenager watching it. It was a bit like, oh, this is quite a change. But looking back, growing up, like I did a rewatch recently. I'm currently rewatching Jodie's era, the one after Capaldi, and it's so interesting going back with like an adult lens.
Mm-hmm.
And like even though, times change, it's always the thing of like, ooh, this isn't good, and then 10 years later be like, actually, it was great. But like,
It was good.
sometimes it's the case. It was going to come up eventually because it's Peter
course it
Capaldi.
is.
But like, yeah, we'll get back to the
Well,
thick of it
since
now.
you're bringing it up, he's also on tour, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's sick. Let's glaze him a bit more, but outside of like Doctor Who.
No, he's totally
cool
fine.
ass man. Last week we talked about
Fucking
like
Giga Chat.
yeah. Last week we talked about a transphobe for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Peter Capaldi's so cool. He's so based.
Yeah, he is.
He's cool as fuck. He plays guitar.
He's fucking
still.
rocks.
Yeah.
He's got a hair full of hair.
That's right. He speaks out like in defense of like children.
Yeah.
And like obviously pro Palestine and stuff like that.
Yeah. He's
just
awesome.
so cool. It's just nice to see.
Edit this out if in the future anything comes out.
Yeah, hopefully not. I will genuinely be very
No.
upset.
Every interview I said is just like,
Yeah.
even though he plays Malcolm so well, he's like the loveliest guy on earth.
Yeah, I saw an interview yesterday of him, and it was a BBC interview. I'm not sure what for, but like he was talking about how about Doctor Who and how it's like a role. Like they were like, "Oh, do you ever regret doing it?"
Oh, I saw that clip as well. Yeah.
And I just thought it was lovely, like how he was like, for the people who see me and see Doctor Who, I never want to let them down. And
Yeah.
it's just like he just seems like the kind of person who cares so much.
Yeah, you see that in like Tom Baker as well.
Yeah.
He's just like someone who always wanted to like embody what the character represented.
Yeah.
So it's so funny what the antithesis to the Dr. Malcolm is.
Yeah, I think that's why it was so like. It is so funny if you're a fan of Doctor Who or the thick of it and you've never seen the Malcolm Tucker as Doctor Who video. It's very short,
course they
but it's
have.
like I don't know how you wouldn't, but like it is very funny because they are so different.
Mm.
But it just goes to show Capaldi's range
Absolutely.
as an actor. But honestly, not just Timbo, the rest of the cast in this.
Yeah,
are
yeah.
really
It isn't
good.
just you can get
Yeah.
thinking after a while. It's just like, oh, it's just him. But no, this is they're not really supporting character because like Malcolm's basically a supporting
Yeah,
character,
yeah.
but he's just like the most well known. Because like I saw someone describe him as like literally the devil incarnate. It's like manipulating these people.
He
It's
is,
very
he's the
funny.
puppet
But yeah,
master.
like the rest of the cat are just like I'm guessing you're gonna read.
Yeah,
the line.
Chris Addison is really good.
Yeah.
Not too many of them get like shining moments in this, but the main one's like Chris Addison. I love when he's like when they're in the car
Yeah.
driving and he's like, I can't do this. They're like, you have to. He's like, no, I can't read from this and be on the phone while driving at the same time. And unfortunate that he's a nonce, but
Yeah.
Chris Langham is pretty funny in this episode.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a shame about everything else.
I mean, a nonce working for the BBC. Fork found in kitchen.
It's funny you say that. I was looking at the trivia earlier, but I wasn't going to mention this because it wasn't relevant for this episode. But apparently, the only line the BBC ever vetoed was a joke about Jimmy Savile.
I did see that. It's just
And
like,
it's just like, that's aged interestingly. And that was before I knew one of them was a nonce.
yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes it's morally correct to not pay your TV license. I'm just happy now I have a reason not to.
Yeah.
Before
Now you could be smug about
Yeah,
it.
because I used to be like, I'm not going to pay it because I don't use it that much. And, it's like I wouldn't pay for Netflix. Now it's like, I'm not going to pay it because it funds nonsense.
I like how, because we were talking about this earlier. We were talking about the new Avatar film, which got entirely leaked.
Yeah.
And then we were just like, oh, should we watch this? Then we were just like, oh, wait, it's on Paramount.
Yeah,
Fuck Paramount.
exactly. Yeah, because I was like, I would have loved to see it in cinemas. But, it's like, funny enough, it's like we spoke about earlier about like selling your childhood back to you. We weren't really that excited for it. We spoke about it in our Avatar episode.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, well, I'm not going to download the leak because like that's bad for the like creators, but also Paramount didn't give a fuck. They were just going to put it on streaming.
Yeah.
So, well. But yeah, to talk about more about the episode, we talked earlier about the car scene, which I think is my favorite scene in this episode. I love just
when all three of them are in there.
Yeah, and they're like trying to damage control.
Yeah.
I just
like all the ideas that they're spitting.
Yeah, and like I said, especially since finding out that all of those things essentially happened. So yeah, Asmos for pets are a real thing. They became a thing in 2014, but they're called community protection notices, and they're mostly for dogs. Yeah, which makes sense. It's just about like warning neighbors of like dangerous animals. Oh yeah. So the other ideas they throw around is everyone has to carry a plastic bag, which is really funny. Which obviously isn't an actual policy, but is a precursor to like now plastic bags aren't free anymore. Yeah. And the other one is the spare room database, which is very similar to the bedroom tax, which is universal credit. It gets reduced if you have unused rooms in your house.
Yeah, I think what they really exemplify in this is just like, what can we do that is very cheap and draws a lot of attention away from something else a lot of the time, and it feels like that's what 90% of policies are. Yeah,
it's like, why is this being announced now? Yeah. Probably to distract from something else. Yeah. Yeah. Just thinking about fucking Epstein.
What are you talking about? They're invading Iran for
fun. I don't know what other fucking reason they've given. Oh, that was another thing Nigel Farage backed on. He was like big on joining Iran, and recently was like, I never said that. And even Keir Starmer, and I'm going to say this now, I do not like Keir Starmer, never have. Yeah. Even Keir Starmer was actually like, you're lying through your fucking teeth. We all know you said it. You were on television. There's videos of you saying it.
I don't know what plane of reality I'm working with.
It's maybe one day it'll be fun to look back on this era of politics and be like, damn, what a crazy time. Because I feel like during COVID, like, I feel like we kind of do that now, only because like COVID in the UK was kind of crazy because we had like Eat Out to Help Out.
We had clap for carers.
Clapping for carers while the fucking Tories, well, probably not even just the Tories, but they were having parties in their gardens. Yeah. That they were like, we never had those parties, even though there was pictures of them. Matt Hancock losing his job for cheating on his wife in the public office and then going on I'm a Celeb. Liz Truss.
Oh, fuck.
The fucking lettuce. She killed the Queen.
She did kill the Queen. Yeah. Fuck, man. Only time puts everything like just back there, just realize, because like when you're living and you're just like, oh god, because you just get this immediate reaction of danger of just these people are running this country.
It's horrible.
And it's like it will affect your lives in ways you will never comprehend.
It's if you're listening to this and like you're big on the politics and you're thinking like everything seems shit. Yeah, it does, but just think, like, hopefully in a couple of years we'll both look back on this time and think,
well, maybe we'll be wiped out, and in which case
we'll be dead anyway.
So you can't listen to this podcast.
Don't it's easy to like doomify it, I guess, for lack of a better term. But like, and we've been talking about reform, but if you are listening and you have voting power, just get out and vote. Mm-hmm. Like, I want to talk about this. It's kind of weird because we're gonna have to.
Now you're going to go neoliberal on us, Joe. Go out and vote. No.
Burn the fucking parliament down.
Vote, then attack.
Yeah. Vote if we lose, riot. They will. We live in Wales, we've said about this. Our county, just to keep it broad, not narrow it down too much, our county was very big in the news because our local election was very big between Reform and Plaid Cymru. Yeah. And it was very interesting, feeling like for a little bit we were at the heart of British politics.
Yeah, it was kind of scary.
It really felt if Reform won, and if we haven't guessed, we are completely anti-Reform on this fucking podcast. Yeah. I'm not exactly necessarily pro-Plaid, I'm just 100% anti-Reform.
Yeah.
It felt really weird to be at the heart of the discussion. Mm-hmm. And I'm just thinking thank fuck Reform lost, because it just kind of showed everyone that they're not this all-powerful thing. And it just goes to show sometimes British politics and politics in general are a joke. There are some funny videos of I don't know why I'm being so quiet about it, because a Google search will be able to reveal where we are, which is fine. There's like hilarious videos of like the Reform office in our local area being vandalized.
Yeah.
And like the guy who was running for MP of our county, like just getting absolutely dunked on. Like I don't know how he even got there. I mean, the guy's got nothing behind his eyes, bless him. He didn't seem like he had a fucking clue.
But if you take anything away from this, if you're in the UK, then just go vote. Even if you just want to spoil a ballot, that's fine.
Yeah.
Just showing that our like general, especially if you're like, I'm guessing around our age, which going by our demographics, you probably are.
Yeah, hopefully.
But just having like showing that this is sort of like age does go out to vote does mean that like a lot of like the politicians do tend to like bend to like specific things that this generation wants for. That's why they do all the shit for like the 60 plus market. That's why they're always going on about pensions and shit, because those are the people who go out and vote.
Yeah.
If they're like a ton of fucking young people voted, they would start bending their fucking arms backwards to try and get more people to do what we want. And was that your stomach?
No, it wasn't.
What was that sound?
I don't know. It was probably cocoa. I didn't hear anything really. But no, and it's easy to be like, oh, voting doesn't matter, especially if you're American or in another country. I'm sure it's a lot more complicated.
No, I agree. Like, it's a lot of people just say like, I done it, and like wipe their hands. Obviously,
do more. Like, advocate, go out there, like, you know,
be part of your community.
Be part of your community. Even just like showing people support where you can. But like, we've got friends who don't necessarily always vote.
Yeah,
and we were like, please vote in this one, and they did, and we got the result.
And we did
that
it
was
because of us.
Because of us, Nigel Farage is dead. There we go. We are slightly too far away from a good high five. And you know, just because you win one election doesn't mean the fight's over. Obviously, in America, Trump won, then lost, then won again.
Yeah,
which, you know, fucking sucks. But yeah, just main takeaway of this is, you know, don't take it lying. Kick and scream.
Yeah.
And swear at him like Malcolm Tucker does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just looking, just to tie it all together, of like, I was looking at my last note on the episode, which is just on the line, we've had three contradictory stories in one day, which is just politics in general, isn't it?
It's just politics. It's just like politics. The thick of it.
Yeah, it's just like the thick of it.
What was my last note? I just wrote his name.
What, Malcolm Tucker?
No, Armando
Iannucci.
Just so I remember how to spell it. I didn't say we weren't doing it, which is as good as saying we were.
It's like
it's just a great compilation of contradictory statements.
It is. What if the announcement is there is no announcement? That was my favourite. Yeah, it's a great episode. Honestly, I'm definitely going to keep watching this. Especially with how short it is. I mean, fucking, you know, classic British TV. It ran for
4 seasons.
23 episodes. Like, incredible.
Yeah, I mean, the season 1, 3 episodes.
Yeah. I've been carrying on with Buffy. After saying I was going to like
$33,000 per episode.
Oh gosh, yeah, it's barely anything. I've been carrying on with Buffy, and it's kind of funny to think like, you know, I've watched like in the last couple of days, I've watched like 12 episodes of Buffy, and it's like that's an entire British show.
Yeah, if not
more, because these episodes are 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well, no, these ones are 30.
Oh, 30 minutes. Yeah, rounds up. Yeah, just to talk about the stats for the pilot. It had 319,000 viewers, or 0.319. Yeah, that's right, 319 million. Which we didn't have numbers for IT Crowd. So I guess all I can compare it to is In-Betweeners, which had... Where is it? None, I guess, because I can't find it.
I think it's one of those shows that that caught on after time.
Exactly, and it was
like an award show where you hear about it at an award show, and then you go back and watch the whole thing.
Exactly, and the thing is with British TV shows, it's entirely different. I'll give you a spoiler for Peep Show. Couldn't find any numbers on that one either.
Awesome.
So, you know, just don't worry about the numbers.
It's also on Channel 4, which is like the pure like demographic is just like elderly people.
Yeah.
and me. I love Channel 4.
Channel 4.
I love BBC 4.
Yeah. I prefer Channel 4.
Yeah.
My favorite part of Channel 4 is when you go on their streaming app and they're like, we have that movie available, and then you click it and it's like, we don't have that. I don't know why you thought we did.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
I just like watching old Grey Whistle episodes.
Yeah. I wanted to watch The Straight Story and I was trying to find it on streaming and Channel 4 was like, we've got it. And then they were like, we don't actually. I don't know why you fucking thought. But yeah, so let's talk about the Reddit. We didn't get many responses on Reddit because...
Is there a Thick of It Reddit?
There is a Thick of It Reddit because I didn't post on it until this morning. Because I was listening to another podcast who were like, let's read the thoughts. And I was like, shit, I haven't posted our podcast's thoughts. But we did get some responses. So.
Okay.
It was from the Reddit user Making It All Up 81 who told me about the whole pay attention to the car sequence and the attempts to work out a policy that is inexpensive or well liked. Half of them became government policies, or at least heavily looked into. They actually knew about that in the show, so Addison actually did talk about that. Someone said, apparently Peter Capaldi's audition for the first scene was the first scene we see him in, where he was sacking a minister, and he was incredibly angry during that scene. He's as useless as a marzipan dildo immediately made it clear that there would be a brilliant show.
Mm.
I think that is a good example, like, that's showing the kind of show it is.
Yeah, like straight away.
Yeah. And I like this one, just a final note on it. I've got a file about this fucking thick of first episode thoughts back at the office. These thoughts are 10 to a penny. Our entire manifesto is made up of first episode thoughts. I thought that was very funny.
That's really good.
And that's it.
Awesome.
That's all of them.
Thank you for giving your thoughts.
Yeah, always. I'll post the next one today so we have a bit more time to get them. Could be worse. I remember there was one episode where I fully forgot to post it, so we just didn't have anyone's thoughts on that one. Yeah, that brings us to the end.
That's the end.
Yeah.
Okay, do the thing.
Do the thing. If you want to find more of us, you can find us at Pod One Out Studios on YouTube, where we also have another podcast, All Hail the King, with our friend Garen, where we talk about Stephen King things. By the time you're listening to this episode, we've got an episode coming out tomorrow on Michael Jackson's Ghost, which might seem random, but listen to it. It's really funny. No,
it makes sense.
It makes sense. Listen to the episode. It makes sense. Next week, we're going to be talking about Peep Show. You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok at firsttimeflyerspodcast if you want any updates on upcoming episodes. And you can email us any thoughts or requests or ideas or feedback at firsttimeflyerspodcast@gmail.com. If you like this podcast, if you're listening on YouTube, please leave us a like. And if you're listening on your podcast platform of choice, please feel free to leave a 5-star review. Anything less, please don't.
Cool.
Or 4 stars because you can improve slightly. No.
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 You wouldn't give an Uber driver 4 stars. That's
I
basically the death sentence.
I fucking wouldn't. He'd have to kill me to give me 4 stars. Yeah. We had one Uber driver who drove us home speeding with no belt on with the windows down. I still gave him 5 stars and a tip. But we got home safe. Did we not?
Yeah, I wouldn't say safe.
We got home alive.
We got home pretty hastily.
Yeah. So, give us 5 stars like you would give Uber drivers 5 stars.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for listening.
Thank you.
There's no theme for this one. Oh wait, no. Do you know the Backyardigans?
Yeah.
Into the thick of it.
Into the thick of it. Into the thick of it. Is that all they say?
Then they go, oof.
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 Into the thick of it. Into the thick of it. Into the thick of it. Ooh.
Cabin crew prepare for landing. Thank you for flying with us today. We hope you have a pleasant rest of your journey and you join us next week when we depart for Peep Show.